فەرموون دانیشن زۆر سپاس. ئامادەبوانی بەڕێز سەرەتا بۆ دەستپێکردنی کۆڕبەندەکەمان بە شێوەیەکی فەرمی جێگەی شانازێکی گەورەیە بۆ ئێمە کە کەسایەتێکی خاوەن دیدگا بانگهێش بکەین کە دڵسۆزی ئەو بۆ بەرەودان بە دیالۆگی نێودەوڵەتی ئێمەی لێرە کۆ کردوتەوە. تکایە بە هەمومان پێکەوە پێشوازی بکەین لە دامەزرێنەر و سەرۆکی کۆڕبەندی ئابووری دێڵفی بەڕێز سیمۆن سۆمۆکۆس. To formally set our journey in motion, it's our absolute privilege to introduce a visionary leader whose dedication to fostering international dialogue has brought us all together. Please put your hands together for the founder and president of the Delphi Economic Forum, Mr. Simon Somokos.
Thank you very much. Baigit Nitan Bash. Merhaba. Good evening to everybody. Thank you very much. Kalspera. Your Excellency, the President of Iraq, Mr. Nizar Ahmedi, Your Excellency, Mr. Bafel Talabani, President of the Patriotic Union of Kurdistan, Your Excellency, Mr. Kubat Talabani, the Deputy Prime Minister of the Kurdistan Regional Government, Your Excellencies, Prime Minister Mr. Ahmud Davutoglu, and I think the Prime Minister of Bulgaria, Mr. Kirill Petkov is here, and Madame Birtsala as well from Romania, Ministers, Your Excellencies, Ambassadors, Presidents, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second Delphi Forum in Suleimania. It is my great honor to welcome you all to this forum and to this historic and resilient city of the region of Kurdistan. I think you all agree that we gather today at a moment of extraordinary uncertainty and volatility, not only for this region, but for the entire world. This ongoing conflict involving Iran, the heightened risks of regional escalation, disruptions to energy markets, growing geopolitical rivalries, and the broader reconfiguration of the international order are creating consequences that extend far beyond our neighborhood. What happens in this region today affects global security, economic stability, supply chains, energy transitions, and international diplomacy. Yet, it is precisely in such moments of turbulence that pieces of dialogue and places of dialogue become most valuable. Slimane and the Kurdistan region of Iraq occupy a unique position in this rapidly changing landscape. Situated at the crossroads of competing interests, cultures, and strategic corridors, this region has repeatedly demonstrated resilience in the face of immense challenges. Ladies and gentlemen, the region has served as a bridge when others saw divisions, as a place of coexistence when instability threatened fragmentation, and as a platform for engagement when dialogue became increasingly difficult. I strongly believe that the significance of the Kurdistan region today goes far beyond geography. It lies in its ability to connect international powers, facilitate discussions, and maintain openness amid uncertainty. We believe that as the wider region navigates conflict, economic transformation, demographic pressures, climate changes, and challenges and technological disruptions, the Kurdistan region stands as an important partner in advancing stability, investments, innovation, and regional cooperation. This forum in Suleimania was established on a very simple but powerful conviction that meaningful dialogue among political leaders, policymakers, business executives, academics, and civil society can help shape more effective responses to shared challenges. Over the next 2 days, today and tomorrow, we will discuss some of the most pressing issues of our times: the future of the international order, regional security, governance, energy, investments, innovation, and social resilience. We trust that these conversations will not be merely academic. They will concern the future and prosperity and security of millions of people in this area and across the Middle East. The Delphi Forum has always believed that dialogue is strongest when it takes place where challenges are most immediate and where opportunities for progress are greatest. This is why we are proud to return for a second consecutive year to Sulaymaniyah. Let us please use this gathering not only to analyze the world as it is, but also to discuss steps of how the world should be more stable, more prosperous, and more cooperative. Ladies and gentlemen, I think this is the moment to thank deeply His Excellency Qubat Talabani, the Deputy Prime Minister of the Kurdistan Regional Government, who has inspired us all and has initiated the Delphi Forum in Sulaymaniyah. Please join me to thank him very much. And allow me to thank sincerely our Minister of International Economic Relations, Mr. Theocharis, and let us welcome him from Greece as well. Thank you, Harry, for coming here. Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you all, political and business leaders, thinkers and entrepreneurs, and representatives of the media, for being part of this important forum during these next 2 days. Let us begin our work today with clarity, courage and commitment to cooperation. I would like to thank you all for being with us today. A big, of course, thank you to all the speakers and the moderators of this conference, particularly those who travel from abroad in these difficult moments to share with us their expertise and knowledge on the various sessions of our agenda. With this, let me introduce again Mr. Haris Theocharis, the very able Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs and Minister for International Economic Relations from Greece, to say a few welcome regards. Mr. Theocharis has the podium. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Iraq, Mr. Nizar Ahmedi, Your Excellency, Mr. Bafel Talabani, President of the PUK, Patriotic Union of Kurdistan, Your Excellency, the Deputy Prime Minister of the Kurdistan Regional Government, Mr. Qubat Talabani, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is really a great honor to be here in Sulaymaniyah for the Delphi Economic Forum, Slimane, a forum that takes place in a region that sits at the heart of the most consequential geopolitical developments of our time. The 2 days of discussions ahead, today and tomorrow, on the new global order, on security, on energy, on economic development, reflect exactly where the center of gravity of the international agenda lies today. We live in an era of profound geopolitical turbulence. But the Middle East is not just a region of crisis. It is a critical hub connecting Asia, Europe, and Africa. Disruptions in shipping lanes, energy infrastructure, and supply chains have immediate consequences for the entire world. In this difficult environment, the answer cannot be isolation. The answer is cooperation. Greece is here as a natural partner. Our geography places us precisely at the intersection where Europe meets the Mediterranean and the Middle East. We aspire to be Europe's gateway to Asia, and we are committed to playing that role with determination. In connectivity and trade, in energy, in maritime security and freedom of navigation. And specifically in Iraq, in the sectors that are critical to the country's long-term growth and economic diversification: infrastructure development and construction, agri-food and food security, healthcare and pharmaceuticals, logistics and port services, as well as digital transformation and public sector modernization. and of course, a problem that will affect us more and more in the years ahead: water scarcity and water security. We deeply value our cooperation with Iraq and with the Kurdistan region, a remarkable example of stability and resilience in a difficult neighborhood. This is on the basis of the historical ties of Iraq, of the Kurdistan region, with Greece. Following the successful forum last year, we look forward to advancing our dialogue on investment, energy security, and economic diversification. And here I would like to acknowledge, first of all, the pioneer, Mr. Simeon Tsomokos, the person that has made Delphi Forum a global brand of discussion, of dialogue, of cooperation. And of course, the vision of Kubat Talabani, who immediately embraced the idea of starting Delphi Economic Forum here in Slimane. So in closing, ladies and gentlemen, Greece is not only a bridge. It's a committed partner, ready to work together on the projects and initiatives that will define the future of the broader region. I think our collective future depends upon it. Thank you very much.
Minister, we thank you very much for your participation, for your comments, and I hope your presence here will enhance the relationship between Greece, Iraq, and Kurdistan. We thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor and a real pleasure to introduce to you His Excellency Mr. Nizar Ahmadi, the President of the Republic of Iraq. He was elected only a few weeks ago, and we wish him all the best. Mr. Ahmadi, please have the floor, sir. Let us welcome him to the podium.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السيدات والسادة، الحضور الكرام، مع حفظ الألقاب والمقامات، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. من المهم أن نكون هنا معا في الدورة الثانية لمنتدى دلفي السليمانية. شكرا للدعوة الكريمة لنا للمشاركة والتحدث في هذه الجلسة من أعمال المنتدى الذي خلق خلال فترة قصيرة منصة حيوية للحوارات ما بين قادة السياسة والاقتصاد والفكر من مختلف أنحاء العالم. شكرا للسليمانية لاستضافتها هذا المحفل الدولي للعام الثاني على التوالي. ونجاح المنتدى هو تأكيد آخر للإدراك المتنامي في العالم للدور الذي يمكن أن يضطلع به العراق في بناء وتطوير جسور للحوارات وفي تعزيز تفاهم المجتمعات واختصار المسافات ما بين الدول، خصوصاً في منطقتنا التي ما زالت تواجه العديد من المخاطر والتحديات، فيما يتطلع الكثير من شعوبها وقياداتها إلى تعزيز فرص النمو والاستقرار والتكامل. يعمل العراق على تطوير إمكانياته ليكون دولة جاذبة للمشاريع والاستثمارات، وفي هذا الصدد فإن الحكومة العراقية تعمل على أن يكون البلد منطقة جذب آمن ومطمئن للشركات ورؤوس الأموال الدولية. وفي هذا المجال أثنينا بتقدير على قرارات عدد من الفصائل المسلحة التي بادرت بالتعاون على أن تكون الدولة وحدها المالكة للسلاح، وما زالت الجهود متواصلة في التفاهم من أجل نزع السلاح، وبما يعزز أمن واستقرار البلد ويسهم في البناء والإعمار. يحصل هذا في وقت يعيش فيه العالم ومنطقتنا على وجه التحديد الكثير من الاضطرابات الجيوسياسية والاقتصادية التي يمكن أن تشكل تهديدات غير مسبوقة لأمن واستقرار العالم. وفي إطار ما نؤمن به في العراق ونعمل من أجله، فإننا ندرك أن الاستقرار لم يعد هدفاً محلياً فحسب، بل بات شرطاً أساسياً للتنميات المحلية والإقليمية والعالمية. وهذا ما يؤكد أهمية الحوارات العملية والمنتجة، وما يجعل منها ضرورة يمكن أن تسهم في معالجة التحديات ولجم المخاطر المتفاقمة. ندرك في العراق أن التحديات التي تواجه بلدنا لا ينبغي لها أن تعطل التطلع إلى ما يطور رفاهية الشعب، وبما يستجيب لتعزيز الخيارات التي تنمي فرص الازدهار. وهذا ما يجعل الحكومة أمام تحديات جدية لكن تجاوزها ممكن. وفي المقدمة من هذه التحديات تبرز تحديات المال والاقتصاد، وتتأكد أهمية العمل على تنمية مصادر الدخل وتنويعها والانتهاء من النظام الريعي وتحفيز فرص الاستثمار وترسيخ البيئة الآمنة المحفزة للاستثمار وتطويق بؤر الفساد واجتثاثها بشجاعة دون ما تردد ودون ما هوادة. هذا ما نأمل ونعمل على أن تتضافر من أجله جهود السلطات التنفيذية والتشريعية والقضائية. أختتم أيها السيدات والسادة بالتمنيات من أجل المزيد من النجاح لأعمال هذه النسخة الثانية من منتدى ديلفي سليمانية. أحر التمنيات بالمزيد من فرص السلام والتنمية والتعاون ما بين الأمم، والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
President Hamadi, we thank you very much. I will not allow Mr. Kubat Talabani to come to Delphi next April unless he comes with you. You have a pending invitation and will be very honored and deeply honored if you address our opening session again in Delphi with 3,500 people that you expect every year. We thank you deeply for your participation. So with this, I think it is again my great honor, ladies and gentlemen, to introduce to you His Excellency, Mr. Ahmed Davutoglu, Prime Minister of Turkey during the years 2014 to 2016, and Foreign Minister for 5 years. We all know that he is one of the main intellectual architects of modern Turkish foreign policy. Thank you very much, Mr. Prime Minister. It's a great honor.
It's my pleasure. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, Mr. President, my dear brothers Bafel and Kubat Talabani, dear Chairman of Delphi Forum, my dear friend Somakos, distinguished guests and friends, welcome. Niwaratan bash, Bihar Khatini, Hamatanakam Sarsara Sarchawa. It's a really great pleasure to be back in Suleimania, which I see as my hometown, and to meet because of meeting with my close friends. I have extraordinary memories with all of them. And I congratulate first His Excellency President Nizar Ahmedi for being elected as the President of Iraq, whom I know very well. During the most difficult times in our region, whenever I had chance to meet with our great friend, leader, rahimallahu alayhim, Mam Celal Talabani. He was the one, Brother Nizar was the one who arranged everything professionally and with good intention. If we have good relations today between Turkey and Iraq, and also between Turkey and KRG, and between Turkey and especially PUK, he had great contributions for this. I thank you, and I wish best success in Iraq. Today, we need your success and the success of Prime Minister Ali Zaidi, who is also a very wise man in these difficult times. Dear friends, this meeting is on a very right time. Last year, I was in Delphi Forum. This is my second time here in Slimane, like Delphi Forum. It was before the war between US, Israel, and Iran. And here in this platform, I tried to underline that there will be more risks in front of us. The title of this keynote speech today and the meeting is The Global Disorder. What do we mean by order first, in order to understand this order? Order means rules, values, institutions, which brings confidence and predictability. Unfortunately today, there is no confidence to any international organization, there is no sense of security, and there is no predictability at all. So we are in the middle of a huge crisis. We have to think, all of us, what should we be doing in coming months and years? I congratulate Iraqi leadership because of wise policies, and also especially all KRG leaders, including Brother Bafel and Kubat Talabani, because of their wise approach during this war. The wise approach was try to secure the country, try to secure his people or her people from the risks, and they did very well. Because Iraq is the most, has a country which may have the most risks in any tension between Iran and United States and between regional powers among themselves. So where are we now? In last year, we had before we had genocide in Gaza, attacks, Israel attacks against Palestinian people, but we had 2 wars. What is now the agenda in front of us? Yesterday, I was listening to President Trump. Every day you have to listen to him twice because his mind is changing 2-3 times a day. So you shouldn't miss even one speech. Otherwise, you are not able to follow him, what he may do. This is unpredictability. So when we look at the basic philosophy of order, I said values and institutions and structures. Today, unfortunately, there is a problem of values and rules in international system. Russian attack against Ukraine, territorial integrity is being discussed. Israeli attack against Lebanon, and many other violations brings us to this value crisis. And building blocks of international order is being shaky. National level, nation states, territorial integrities of nation states, national institutions, regional organizations. Nobody can claim today that OIC, Arab League, European Union, GCC as regional organizations are as effective as before. And nobody can say today, although I know him personally and I respect him very much, Antonio Guterres is the most wisest person I have ever seen in diplomatic spheres. But UN today is not able to solve any question. So what are we supposed to do? Today in this crisis, we have 4 main issues. I made a proposal and I wrote an article in Project Syndicate, and I wrote letters to the leaders of the region on these 4 issues. One is Hormuz Strait. Hormuz Strait showed us that the geoeconomics is the vital issue of international order. People were thinking Hormuz Strait is a strait only before. Now we are very well aware that Hormuz Strait is the breadth of international economic system. Secondly, Iranian nuclear issue. Third, Iranian missile projects as well as proxy wars in the region, and fourth is Palestinian issue. I am proposing a new regional security architecture. How can we achieve this? First, about Hormuz Strait. Since Iran wants to declare full control over the strait, and the United States doesn't want to allow this, there should be a middle way. I have been in several mediator in several international crises. First, you have to ease the tension. You have to contain the tension. And there, my proposal is the countries, a group of countries which may have confidence with Iran and with GCC countries, especially Saudi Arabia, and having good relations with the United States, can establish a Navy mission like Turkey, Indonesia, Malaysia, Pakistan. Pakistan is the leading mediator now. For a temporary base, they can have a mission in Hormuz Strait to guarantee flow of transition of goods, like grain corridor of Turkey during the Russia-Ukrainian war. This should, in coordination with Iran and Oman. If this is happening, at least we can be sure that there will be no sudden war anymore. Secondly, Iranian nuclear issue. We have to be very frank to each other. We are against any nuclear weapon in our region. As Turkey, our national position and the position of many wise leaders everywhere is there should not be nuclear weapon, neither in Iran's hand nor Israeli hands. This is a threat to humanity. So what is the proposal could be? In 2010, I was mediator between P5+1, US and Iran, together with Brazilian minister, and we signed a Tehran agreement. Iranian enriched uranium could be deposited to a third country. At that time, it was Turkey. And then Iran should declare they don't have any intention to have a nuclear weapon and open to IAEA, and US should declare that they are respecting the right of peaceful nuclear energy in Iran and everywhere in the world. This is the only way out. Third, missile wars and proxy wars. This is a regional issue. This is not an American issue. If you attack a country, that country has the right to defend themselves. So missile issue is not like nuclear issue. And for that, there should be a new security, three-level security structure. One is between Iran and GCC countries. There should be a new Gulf, including Iraq. Iraq is the most important country in this issue. Having relations with Iran, also being part of the Gulf order, that new arrangements in Gulf will provide a base for re-establishing links between Iran and Saudi Arabia especially. That is very important. It is not wise for Americans to attack Iran, and it is not wise for Iranians to attack other Gulf countries. There should be a sense of common understanding and values. And the last, without solving Palestinian issue, there cannot be a sustainable peace. Israel can be part of a regional security architecture only if a free and sovereign Palestinian state is being established. So today, unfortunately, despite of the fact that we have ceasefire in Gaza, 935 women and children and Gazan people were killed after the ceasefire, so-called ceasefire in Gaza. And 688 Lebanese were killed after ceasefire between Iran and Saudi Arabia. And therefore, I understand President Trump's anger to Netanyahu because of Lebanese issue. At the end of the day, I don't want to take the floor long. The Iraqi president today are with us. And the stability of Iraq is so important, and Iraq is the most vital country in all these equations in the region. There is a need of a new vision in our region. There is a need of a new approach, of new set of values. We, all of us, Turks, Arabs, Kurds, Iranians, should respect. This is our issue. This is our regional issue. This region belongs to us. Be sure that I am coming to Slimane or Erbil as if I am coming to Istanbul and Konya. If there is no peace in Süleymaniye, in Erbil, in Baghdad, there cannot be peace in Anatolia, in Turkey, nowhere in the world. Fortunately, we have such wise leadership today in Süleymaniye, and again, I want to express my gratitude to my dear friend, Chairman Somokos, and thank you very much for inviting us and bringing us together. Thank you very much. Rojbash, Sersera, Sercheva, once more.
Mr. Prime Minister, we thank you. We thank you deeply for your visionary words. We do hope that perhaps today and tomorrow we may be able to structure some of your thoughts that you demonstrated a little before. We thank you deeply for this vision that you gave us to us. And I promise also to study a little Kurdish language so that I will reach your level and get a little more applaud as you did. Thank you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is my great privilege and great honor to present to you the former Prime Minister of Bulgaria, a friend, Kirill Petkov, who is going to take the floor immediately. Kirill, thank you, my friend. Thank you.
Your Excellency President Nizar Ahmedi, Your Excellency Deputy Prime Minister Kubat Talabani, Your Excellency Mr. Bafel Talabani, dear Simeon, dear Basil and the team, dear Lina Omar, the former ambassador of Iraq to Bulgaria, who I just met on the entrance. I want to speak to you also in a very candid way, and I appreciate the style that the Prime Minister of Turkey just showed. I want to speak about topics that we don't usually speak so much about, but they're very important. When we talk about natural resources, we always think about oil, we think about different mining natural resources. But the biggest natural resource of every country is the human capital. And I'll ask you to think about that, because Professor Schumpeter at Harvard used to say, 2% of every nation has a special talent, and that's the entrepreneurial talent of a nation. How much the economic development of a nation depends on these 2%? According to studies, more than 60%. So while we're talking about defense, oil, sometimes we forget to think about how each of our regions, including the region of Kurdistan here, can sustain its 2% natural talent is the first question, not to leave the region. The second question is, how can these 2% be working in a productive area where they can create the most value for the region? It turns out that these 2% can do everything. They can be politicians, they can be military leaders, or they can be entrepreneurs in innovative companies. Turns out that the most successful economies in the world have been able to transform their region by actually doing two things: focusing these 2% on entrepreneurship versus other activities, and attracting 2% from the other countries into their region. A very big significant part of the patents in the Silicon Valley are not created by people born in California. They're born in Europe, they're born in the Middle East, they're born in Asia. So when we think about our economic development, we should really focus on this most important issue that lately we're not talking about. Also, we have to recognize that when we talk about globalization, globalization is nothing but global competition. And global competition has become so fierce that not any one region can be competitive by themselves. And this is why I believe this forum is so important today, because unless you have partners in different regions, it's very hard to be competitive and to perform for your own people. And in the end of the day, coordination between regions is nothing but people knowing each other, liking each other, and trusting each other. So we have to focus on this. I also want to say a few words about security. In Europe, we recognize something, a big truth. I mean, in the 2000s, it was a very good thing to be a European nation. You get low cost of gas from Russia, and you get security protection from the United States. And you can spend your savings on social programs and improving your economy. But unfortunately, in the last few years, the truth has come up to be a little different. You cannot have a major portion of the world GDP and not have your own army. And for Europe, that was a big wake-up call. We have right now the second biggest GDP in the world, but the 17th or 18th biggest army. So unfortunately, the world has changed in such a way that everybody has to defend and rely on themselves and on their partners. And the innovation in the defense space have changed the world in a big way. I just came back from Kiev 2 weeks ago. And what I saw is that the former tanks and helicopters are nothing but targets for the drone industry and innovation. So we all have to recognize that this change has happened. And we have to make sure that we each design our security defense strategies according to this new reality. We also have to recognize that we have to all speak out loudly when one country decides to go into the territory of another, claiming that that's their sphere of influence. I come from a relatively small country, from Bulgaria, and I do not believe in sphere of influence. I believe that every country has the choice to choose their partners, to choose their strategies, to make their economic development, and I think it's responsibility of all of us when we see that somebody is trying to project power through war, to say no. I'm proud that in 2022, Bulgaria was represented more than 50% of the military aid to Ukraine. We didn't talk about it, but we were there for Ukraine. Not because I personally have many friends in Russia, but I think it's all of our responsibility to say strongly that when a country is trying to invade another, the invaded country has a chance to defend itself. The energy map is changing as well. Again, I'll give an example of my own country. Up to 2021, so only 5 years ago, 100% of our gas supply was from Russia, 100% of our oil supply was from Russia, 100% of our nuclear fuel was from Russia, even though we were NATO and a EU country. Now, 0% is the gas is coming from Russia, 0% of the oil, and 0% of the nuclear fuel. How did we achieve this? And this I'll address a little bit the Prime Minister of Turkey and Simeon, my friend, and the Minister of Greece as well. We actually achieved that by actually helping each other as neighbors. Bulgaria, for a few years, was able to establish the Greek interconnect, where we can get LNG from Greece, and we get the first LNG ships in Turkey, and we were able to supply the gas from there. So regional cooperation in this very risky and full of unexpected events world is very important. So I fully agree with the Prime Minister of Turkey before me. Each region has to take care of itself, we have to help each other, and we have to realize that the destiny of our countries is in our own hands. So putting it all together, we live in a more competitive world, in a more global world. We have to take care of our 2% talent, because this is the real driving force of the prosperity of each nation. We have to realize that the defense architecture of the world has changed, and we have to be very strong when we see invasion and projecting power through war, and we all have to speak against it. And finally, forums like that should hopefully create partnerships, friendships, that we can make our region and the world a better place. Thank you.
Mr. Prime Minister, thank you very much. Kirill, thank you. We are compatriots in many conferences around the world. We do events in Washington, in Brussels, in Sofia, in Bucharest, in Toronto, and Kirill is a very dear friend who comes always to participate. Thank you very much. Great comments. We second, of course, what you said about regional cooperation. Mr. Davutoglu said it extremely well, and I hope that this conference contributes to this as well. I would like to invite to the podium, please join me, the Consul General of Greece, Mr. Stergioulas, to say a few welcome remarks as well. Mr. Consul General, please, let us give him a hand. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Iraq, Mr. Nizar Ahmedi, Your Excellency, the President of the Patriotic Union of Kurdistan, Mr. Bafel Talabani, Your Excellency, the Deputy Prime Minister of KRG, Mr. Kubat Talabani, Your Excellency, the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Hellenic Republic, Mr. Haris Theocharis, dear founder and president of the Delphi Forum, Simeon Tsomokos. Dear friends, it is a great honor and pleasure to be here today in Suleimaniya, a city known for its rich culture, robust economy, intellectual spirit, and a key role in the Kurdistan region of Iraq. I express my sincere appreciation to the organizers of the second edition of the Delphi Forum Slimane and to His Excellency the Deputy Prime Minister of KRG, Mr. Kubat Talabani. I seize the opportunity to welcome my minister, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Haris Theocharis, who, in the framework of the Delphi Forum, commences a promising high-level visit in Kurdistan region of Iraq. Greece attaches great importance to the relations with Iraq and with the Kurdistan region of Iraq. Our presence in Erbil reflects our strong commitment to strengthening friendship, mutual understanding, and substantial cooperation with the people and the institutions of the Kurdistan region. The Delphi Forum, born in Greece and inspired by the historical role of Delphi as a place of dialogue and wisdom, has found a meaningful place here in Suleimaniya. The connection between our country and the Kurdistan region of Iraq is not only symbolic, it's practical. It underlines our common belief in the importance of dialogue, openness, and cooperation for building a better world. It also opens the door to stronger synergies in fields such as the economy, investment, energy, education, culture, tourism, and people-to-people contacts. Greece, as a member of the European Union and a country located at the crossroads of Europe, the Mediterranean and the Middle East, believes in building bridges. We believe that dialogue, stability, and economic cooperation are essential for a brighter future. In this spirit, we see the Kurdistan region of Iraq as an important partner with great potential and a dynamic, smart society. I'm confident that this forum will contribute to deeper understanding, stronger partnerships, and new opportunities between Greece, Iraq, the Kurdistan region of Iraq, and the wider international community. Allow me, once again, ladies and gentlemen, to thank all of those who made this event possible. Thank you very much. Zor Spas.